Humans are really resilient, and you can be literally waist deep in water before taking action. People really have to kind of see it with their own eyes, live it themselves before sometimes being willing to make changes. My name is Kate Hagemann. I work for the City of San Rafael as a climate adaptation and resilience planner. I'm working on making plans for the city, which is really prone to flooding, and thinking about how we can reduce that risk and how we can prepare for sea level rise and climate change. I grew up in a small coastal town in Massachusetts. Everywhere I lived was affected by hurricanes. After Hurricane Sandy, I was able to get involved in some of the rebuilding efforts. That's really what brought me into this work, is loving the coast, trying to make it better, but also keep people safe. San Rafael is a community of about 60,000 people. Unfortunately, the area that's most at risk of flooding has settled over time, and now it's a bowl shape where the land is actually lower than the bay. A lot of families have doubled up or tripled up to make rent more affordable, but that means that we have a lot of people really living in a small space with kind of concentrated risk. Many of the folks living in the Bay Area wouldn't know that they're at risk of flooding. They wouldn't know that the bay is so close. A lot of folks are living with a risk that they really can't see. One of the hard parts about San Rafael is that we're dealing with both the housing crisis and the climate crisis, and they're stacking on top of each other. The flip side of that is that one of the best adaptation options that we have is to proactively think about housing and climate as one issue rather than two separate issues. What are the adaptation options we can have in this area to reduce flood risk? A levee, a wall, a marsh. Any of these options involves some sort of trade-off, either working in the water, working where there are existing homes, working in the street where there are utilities. Part of the project has been sort of exploring those implications and being as honest as we can with our community. It's so important that people can have that conversation in their language that they're most comfortable in. We have tried to make some strides to have more of the information available in Spanish, some of it provided by folks where Spanish is their own first language. Partnering with Greenbelt Alliance on this has been also really helpful as we think about where do we want to live, how do we want to live, and when we're building new housing, what kind of housing do we like, and who is it serving? One of the other things that gives you hope actually is living in Marin and seeing the foresight of folks that preserve some of that land and the natural beauty throughout California. Those decisions that were made in whatever year they were made in, they've had these incredible ripple effects for years and years to come. And I think by the same token, we can make choices now that 2 generations from now make a huge difference to them.